Everything is so wet. It rained last night and the edge of the inside of my tent is just covered in condensation. I don't want to pack up all of my wet stuff because it's going to be more wet today. Oh, sorry, buddy. I put my shoe on and I felt a little bump and then I opened it up and this guy had curled right up inside of it. There was my camp from last night. Deadwood Creek is flowing over in there and that goes back up to the main road. Okay, it may be a little bit wet and gross out today, but I have pastries that I packed out from the bakery yesterday. And I didn't eat them yesterday because I had so much town food. But now I have town food day 2. First one is a chocolate croissant. It's really good. And next is a croissant. I'm on day 2, kind of 3, of my reroute that I made up around the Blue Fire. And this is the kind of walking I like on my reroute. Quiet dirt roads through the forest. Which way? Looks like it's this way. This is why it's really important to have GPS for this route, because not all of the intersections are clear. So my next bakery item is like a scone or a biscuit or something with, I think, jalapeno and bacon. I don't know. And then I packed out a tub of butter. This one has olive oil and sea salt, which is kind of exciting. I think this is remnants of an old wasp nest or something. This one's kind of cool. It's got bits of orange in it. I'm approaching the high point of this little stretch, and I think I'm up in the clouds. And making sure I don't get lost up here, because there's a lot of little roads going from this intersection, but my road makes a hairpin turn. I'm not sure where my road changed, but I am now on 46 and 27. I'm high up and I can sense that there's a view out there, but it's blocked by trees and clouds. So about my unease camping last night, one of the questions that I get asked the most often is, do you feel scared camping alone at night on your hikes? And usually my answer is, no, I don't. Actually, I feel really comfortable and safe sleeping in my tent or cowboy camping out in the middle of the woods. But usually at the beginning of a hike, you know, for the first few days, it does take me a little while to get easy and comfortable doing that. And then throughout the hike, there's always at least a couple days where I just have a lot of paranoia at night for whatever reason. Wow, you gotta get the bad weather to get the good views. That's so pretty right now. Anyways, last night was one of those nights where I had some paranoia. I had heard gunfire an hour earlier, and then I was paranoid that some rowdy partiers at night would drive by and mess with my tent. And of course they did not, but I would still, every once in a while at night, I would just jolt awake and be worried. And the way I dealt with that is, like, as soon as I saw that nothing had happened, I would just say to myself, I'm safe, I'm hidden, it's rainy and nobody wants to be out here anyways. I haven't seen a car all night and there's not going to be one, so we can go back to sleep. And then usually before I had finished saying all of that, I had fallen back asleep. And honestly, I don't mind that I have these instincts that jolt me awake and assess the situation and be ready for action. Because even if they do get triggered falsely sometimes, I have really genuinely needed them on other occasions, like with the mountain lion and then the black bear right outside my tent. I needed those instincts to get me ready to respond immediately. So to sum up, the fact that I can be worried and scared sometimes at night is, paradoxically, very comforting. I've seen these guys all over, but this one grew with this strange growth pattern. This is what they normally look like. This one's also almost dead, but it's the one with the little yellow flowers. Just climbed up here for another beautiful view. And also to check out one of my possible routes. I'm definitely not doing this one. This does not look like it has been a road in a long time. Okay, this is CalTopo. This is what I was using to figure out my routes in combination with Garmin Explorer app and the Google Maps. So red line is the PCT. So here's all the routes coming out of Etna down there. Mostly the same, although I didn't actually take this. I took 3, but anyways, there's Fort Jones, there's where I camped last night. And now I'm getting to the first of my sort of options. The blue lines are the ones that I got from Garmin, and then the orange is one that I got from Google Maps and then painstakingly transferred turn by turn into Garmin so I could import it into CalTopo. But so I had to decide whether to take the blue line or the orange line, and I'd already decided to take the orange line after talking with the local yesterday, and also it was a Google Maps one, so probably easier to get through. There is mostly USA land that it's going through. I have the public lands overlay and the parcel data ownership overlay on the maps enabled right now. But it does go through this Skiahan private property, and then this Ross Taylor one as well. And so I'm hoping that the road is still goes through, and I feel good after talking to the local that it will. But I was still considering this one as well until I looked at it, and I don't think that road exists. This looks like a real road, and if you zoom in, you can see the dotted line, that it's a road and everything, and that looks all normal. Okay, but here, there's still a dotted line, but it just cuts straight across this topography. There's ridges and valleys and things, but the line just goes straight across it, and real roads do not do that. They follow the topography in some way, unless they're like a gigantic construction project with tunnels and bridges, and this is not that. So I don't think this road is real anyways, so I'm glad I'm not going that way. It's break number 1. Now I get to eat all my snacks. Those. Some dates. This is all stuff I got, I think, in Etna. I don't know what yakin is, but beet and yakin crisps. Dried jackfruit. This is a fun resupply. Sour lemonade fruit snacks from Arizona Tea. Some standard Chex Mix. And I packed out a loaf of bread, an entire loaf from the bakery. The beet crisps are very thin and delicate. And the jackfruit is really good. Like a nice, sweet little taste. My ground sheet is still pretty wet, both top and bottom, as is my tent and a lot of the things inside my pack. But I need more sun than this for things to actually dry out, so I'm hoping maybe later this afternoon. Okay, staying on this road. I think I'm taking a very roundabout way into that far valley. Another intersection going straight. I don't know what these bugs are, but they are all moving in little trains of 2 bugs. I thought they're all of them. Two bugs. They're like all over the place. Here we have a train of 2 bugs, and 2 bugs that are, some bugs that are alone. I feel like I haven't seen these since the desert. It's the one I can't pronounce. Ceanothus? This one's cute with its little hanging pods. Interesting, the slopes are terraced. I wonder if that was for logging or agriculture? I think I'm heading down that road and getting into this valley. I'm trying a new way of drying my tent out. It works better when I'm carrying it with 2 hands, but I just hold it kind of like a sail, let it dry out in the wind behind me. Okay, I'm making another turn. Now I'm on the Wairika Walker Road. This is fun. Okay, that worked super well. My tent is totally dry now, and now I'm doing it with my ground sheet. And when I had the tent, it actually gave me a little sunshade when the sun was shining. There's some rain clouds coming over the hill, and it's starting to sprinkle just a bit. Taking another break, and this time I finally get to try my bread. It's their pepper parmesan, I think. Oh, it looks so good. That was really, really good. It's raining over there. There is some thunder coming from my right. Another junction. I think this is Walker Road. I'm on this really long backtrack. I have to go all the way over there to get to a bridge to get over the Klamath River, and then I'm going to come right back and I'll be on the side of that mountain. I'm down on a main road, so all of the private property that I went through, the road was public access. I was correct about that, and so that feels really good. And now I just have one more stretch that's questionable, but still looks like it's going to be okay. There's an old fence along here, or an old wall. Over here, the two longhorn ones were the first to notice me. Everybody else was just, well, now they'd see me, but everyone else was just chewing their grass. Right, there's the Klamath River. And now I finally crossed the bridge and turned back, going in the same direction I came from, but this time on CA 96. which I am not looking forward to because it is a bigger road, lower visibility, the cars go fast, there's not a lot of shoulder, but I shouldn't be on here for too long. I'm taking a break from the rain because in the middle of this road I found a US Postal Service office. And it's great. It's got this huge awning out back and the rain is really picked up out there and I'm perfectly dry. Well, the rain has stopped, but this post office was wonderful. All right, an hour and a half later, I'm finally back across the Klamath River from that one road junction up there. And then I went all the way that way and then all the way back this way. Would have been just an hour, except that I took a nice long break from the rain. Not sure what this used to be, but it was something. That was a lovely little stop at the Quickly general store, and they have an RV park there, I think, as well. And the owner was so nice. She let me hang out and charge my stuff and get water, use the bathroom, and she had her homemade pies that she had made. They had everything you need. Hooray! I'm leaving CA 96. I'm getting on the smaller Beaver Creek Road. I am really happy with my fire reroute so far. The first day on 3, there was a lot of traffic and it was kind of busy, but I got tons of town food. That was fabulous. And then I loved that little road with all the farms. And then today I liked getting the quiet Forest Service roads in the woods. And then even though there was some burn, I got some nice views. And then getting to Highway 96 was a lot of cars, but I got a little general store, and 96 was also really pretty coming along the Klamath River. I thought that valley was beautiful. And now I have a quiet road next to the Beaver Creek, so I have plenty of water. And the other thing about my route, it was really great. I had a lot less anxiety about worrying if I would get all the way almost to the end and then be stopped by some private property on the road I was trying to go through. After talking with a local and him saying I could go through, and then also I just saw a sign saying this road goes all the way towards Gap, which is where I pick up the PCT. So I feel like my private property problems are over. Tonight I get to camp at Beaver Creek Campground. I think it's a free, no fee site. I can just roll up. They've got bathrooms, places to camp, water. It's gonna be great.